Hey guys, so I want to do a short video and talk to you about creating custom headers and footers for your website. This could be used for a variety of different reasons. Honestly, there is no specific purpose behind this. However, the functionality is available, and I find it to be especially helpful for those of you who are just creating your website and you kind of want to have maybe a splash page up and running on your website, just some basic content and info on the site, and just in the meantime work behind the scenes customizing your website. So a great option would be is if you create a landing page either with one of the page templates that we provide, or just kind of build out your own page with the various blocks of content that we provide, and simply remove the header placeholder altogether. Okay, so what that would look like is something like this over here. Okay, let's do that. Try that one more time. Something like this over here. You have a simple page, and clients have access only to the basic info that you post on your website. There is no menu. They cannot navigate anywhere. It's just a temporary page with a brief intro about you, what the website is about, and that's pretty much it. Okay. The other option of how you can customize your header is by enabling a custom header layout. Okay, we use this option in several areas. Intro block would be one of them. You can also use a custom header within the standard header placeholder. We also have the option to enable custom headers within slideshow areas, like this one over here as an example. Okay, so within these areas that support having menus within a particular block of content, have an option that says display header. So if you enable this option, and once again specifically referring to this intro block over here, we will have our navigation displayed just kind of on top of our image or over our image. Okay, and then this would provide full access to your website. Okay, from there on, what you can do if you still want to have, I don't know, maybe one or two pages, but still kind of limit the amount of pages users have access to, what you can do is create a custom header or custom menu. So you enable this option where it says custom header layout, and if necessary you make a few layout adjustments within this area, or you can leave this as is, because the settings applied within this particular area will be the settings that you've set within the Flotheme header settings. Okay, and then you head on over to our next section. Once again, make a few adjustments if needed in terms of colors, fonts, and stuff like that. Upload your logo or use a text logo if that's required. Once again, this entire process is identical to the Flotheme header settings options, but what you need to focus on is this option over here that says use another menu. So if this option is enabled, you have the ability to select either your main menu, which is what we have shown on the following page, or you can create a temporary menu. So what I've done is created a let's see, a temporary menu. I went over to appearance, heading over to menus, and you click on create a new menu, and in this area you can create a temporary menu for your splash page, or any other page for that matter. So whenever you create this menu, you add in whatever pages you see fit best. In my case, it will be the About page. Let me go ahead and change this menu label. So I will have About and Contact, okay? And then click on Save Menu, and that's pretty much it. So within this area over here, be sure to select a temporary menu, and then click on update. Okay, so let me refresh my page. Okay, and you can see that now whoever visits this page has access only to my About page and my Contact page only. Once again, this limits the amount of pages your viewers have access to. However, one thing to keep in mind is if you are creating this type of layout, and let's say they click on the About page, they have access to the entire menu of your website. So in this case, what you want to make sure is to create several temporary menus, and one of them would have, let's say, only About and Contact. And if they click on the About page would have only Investment and Contact listed in the following section. And the same would apply to the Contact page. If they click here, they would have access only to the About page and the Investment page, so they can navigate only between the three pages that you've provided them with. Okay, so I know this sounds a little bit confusing, but this could be a very helpful feature for many of you, especially if you are building out the website step by step and you do not want to completely shut everything down and still provide some type of access and some content to your audience. Okay, the other option that we have is creating a custom footer. The process is similar, however, not as complex, I'd say. It's pretty much just enabling a custom footer layout, and all of the adjustments that you make within this area are exactly the same as what you would have to do within the flow theme footer area. There's nothing aside from the settings that you've already adjusted initially. Okay, there is no option to create a separate footer menu like we did within our header. Okay, so if you decide to create a custom footer placeholder, you can do that, or you can simply remove a footer altogether and just, I guess, delete it from your page if it is not required, like I just did in the following example. So people would scroll down and that's it, they just have the page end at the bottom. One thing that you do want to keep in mind is if you do remove the footer, like in this area, you want to make sure that you add additional padding or additional margins to the bottom of that section. So I would increase this by 100 pixels, click on update, and then refresh this page. Okay, and now my image does not cut off at the very bottom. I have this padding and everything looks nice and neat. Okay, so I hope this video is not too confusing. I hope it was helpful for you, and yeah, thanks for bearing with me, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys around later.